Alright, we're going to do ChatGPT from the command line. I'm using Termux right now. The name of the app is aichat. Now when you install it, you'll have to install it, package install aichat, and then you'll have to go to your ChatGPT page and get a OpenAI API key. If you can't find it on here, just ask ChatGPT and it will tell you, and it'll give you a link in the answer, and you just click on it and it'll provide you with a key, and you'll paste that into the terminal, and boom, you'll be running OpenAI. Right now I'm running it in Termux, and just let's see, ask it a question. What are some interesting places to visit in the Bluegrass State, Kentucky? And it does it easily. It returns it just as fast, as not, if not faster than it does in the browser. Maybe a little faster, a little less lag, but it's about the same speed. Um, if you see ChatGPT in the browser uses 3.5, and in the command line it uses 3, but it has access to 3.5 data, I guess. It's kind of how it explained it to me. So it's about the same speed. It's just a tad bit slower. I mean, it starts answering at the same time. It just takes a little longer to type it out in HTML5 than it does in this command line. So this is my Linux terminal. So AI chat, open it up in here. What version of Chat GPT are you running? It's giving me several different answers. This time it won't tell me. See, it uses Chat GPT 3, not 3.5. I asked the same question in Termux earlier, and it said it used 3.5 turbo. So, do you run Chat 3.5 turbo? It tells me that it doesn't really use variants and versions, but it told me that earlier. I'm not sure why. It's probably the way I asked the question. Explain the 21st Amendment to me. 21st Amendment repealed another amendment, so that was prohibition. Explains how prohibition was largely unsuccessful, led to rise of illegal activities like bootlegging, speakeasies, and organized crime, which is correct. Explain the concept of an unindicted co-conspirator. Pretty accurate. Stuff like this, it won't matter whether it's running 3 or 3.5. This is easy stuff. It's read every book in the Library of Congress, so see what the square root of 9,000 is. See if it can write us an interesting poem about our moon. It's pretty cool. Not bad for a computer. I'm not going to say it's as good as if a human wrote it, but it's pretty good for a computer, you got to admit. So you can do just about anything on these terminals as you can in here. And sometimes it might be better to use in the terminal. I actually enjoy it better. In here, you always have the option of you can have it write and correct your Python scripts and all of your programming. You can kind of run it in there and see if there's any errors. You can run it in there and have the ChatGPT model alter your code to change things about it, which I've done. I've created video games doing that. Write the program in Python and it would crash after 5 seconds, the video game. And I ran it through ChatGPT and it fixed whatever that loop was that was causing that, and it ran perfect after that. So it is a very valuable tool, very valuable, especially it can help you with anything really. There's certain things it can't do. Obviously, it's a language model, so it knows. This right here, it tells you if you were going to visit Kentucky. It outlines pretty much most of the things, and you could even ask it to tell you some more, that wouldn't include these. So it's pretty great, at least I think so. But this is about the command line and not so this is the Linux terminal. It runs it. I'm inside Debian Linux, and then I'm dual boot Android with Samsung DeX here. So when I do that, I'm running it in Termux. You can run this from your phone. Obviously, I just have it running on DeX, Samsung DeX right now, but you can run this in Termux on your smart device, or on your tablet or phone, So it's pretty cool. I like having it up on the monitor with my keyboard and mouse, so see what some of the best bourbons are, since we're talking about Kentucky today. Of course, I'm from Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. They did list some good ones there. I can't argue with any of those. They're pretty good. My list might be a little bit different, but that's a pretty good comprehensive list of it's got Knob Creek Single Barrel, which is one of my favorites. Blanton's is really good. Four Roses is awesome. Pappy Van Winkle is the best because it's the oldest, so I can't argue with any of that. Name the best single barrel bourbons. Wonder if it'll return a different list. Yeah, it did. It's got Russell's in there too. Yeah, this Colonel E.H. Taylor single barrel I've had is good. I've had most of these, or at least five of them. Please note that availability and personal preferences may vary, so it's always good to explore and find the one for. Yeah, it's just telling you that ChatGPT has never drank any of these. It's just using data from other people's critiques, and it's just searching all of the internet and any publications and bourbon aficionados, and it's coming up with a list for you, but it's telling you that it doesn't actually know because it hasn't drank any of them. It's a computer language model, so it's pretty interesting. I don't know what else to ask it again. What? Cool. Anyway. List interesting activities in Miami, FLA. Well, Wynwood Walls, okay. The Miami Sea Aquarium, that would be cool. I wish I would have started with installing this. It's super easy, but I wish I would have done that instead of having it installed already before I started this video. But it's easy. You just say, apt install chat or package install chat, depending on what. In Termux, it would be pkg installed aichat. Oops, I can't ask it that. I gotta hit Control D and get out of AI back into my Linux command prompt or Termux command line. And it'll return this. This is the you can tell it's already installed, and then once it's installed in Termux, since I've got Debian Linux running through that, it's installed in Debian too. So you just go in here and open your terminal, and it's already installed in here. You can tell it's running. There you go, OpenAI with the command line instead of good old HTML. Free research preview. ChatGPT may produce inaccurate information about people, places, or facts. I've seen it do that, but for the most part, when you give it good questions, it can return a pretty solid answer. If you ask it something that's out of its wheelhouse, and it just won't know, it won't be able to. Or if you ask it a question that doesn't really make sense, or it's not formatted correctly, then that's when you. But practice with this technology makes perfect, because then you start to see how it answers questions and what it knows, and that's what's pretty cool about OpenAI's model. I'll probably do one on Bing and Bard, but was mainly to be about OpenAI's API for command lines in Linux, or command lines in general, command lines in Termux. Hope you liked the video. Drop a like and subscribe if you did. Have a wonderful day.